Good morning, this is JHS Weekly. I'm Kendall Lewis.
And I'm Alex Hunt.
The cost for this year's yearbook is currently $55 for the book and an added $5 if you want your name stamped on the front, making it $60. Checks or cash can be brought to school and turned into Miss Crane in B116. You can also order online by going to jostens.com and set up an account there. That will allow you to use a credit card, which we cannot use at the high school for payment. The price will go up $5 after Thanksgiving, but you have till then to get yours ordered.
If you have a strong work ethic, would like to be part of a team and make lifelong memories, come try out for Joplin's 2019 Winter Guard. This activity includes dancing, spinning flags, rifles, and sabers. The tryouts will take place the week of Monday, November 12th through Thursday, November 15th from 6 to 9 p.m. in the gym at Memorial, the old 910 building located on 10th and Pearl. Please wear athletic clothing. Contact Section Leader Joy White or Coach Christina Leonard at their Joplin Schools email for more information.
Helping special needs students is a passion of these students that take part in the group known as Peer Buddies. Here's Abby Nielsen to tell us more.
Peer Buddies is an organization at JHS where local high school students help out with special education. I talked to the president of Peer Buddies to learn more.
Peer Buddies is a club at Joplin High School where students are partnered with special education students, and we go on outings and hang out with them and really become their friend. Every month we have an outing, so sometimes we'll go to pumpkin patches, sometimes we'll go hang out at the mall or go bowling, and so in Peer Buddies we really just stay with our partner and just do those activities with them. So at the beginning of the year, there's a meet and greet where you meet all of the special ed students, and then you fill out a paper listing your top 3 people who you'd like to be partnered with, and then our supervisors go in the week after and they partner you with whoever they think you would be best with. We always do Special Olympics, and in the fall it's bowling, and then in the springtime it's going out to Carl Junction High School and doing running events and jumping events. And then we go to the pumpkin patch, they go Christmas shopping for their Secret Santa, and then sometimes we go to the mall and just kind of hang out there. Being in Peer Buddies in high school has taught me compassion, making sure that I'm being thoughtful with my words, and really just being open to any possibility. Because coming into it, I didn't exactly know what to expect, but as a senior now, I have some of my best friends who are in the special ed program, and that's been really cool. From Peer Buddies, the life lessons I've learned is to never judge a book by its cover, because you'll go in thinking one thing and then come out and they're completely different than what you had thought, and it's a very cool thing to see. People should get involved in Peer Buddies because it's a really cool opportunity to make new friends and learn things about yourself and about others, and it's a really great opportunity in high school. So to get involved into Peer Buddies, at the end of each year you sign up for an interview, and then our supervisors will interview you just to make sure you're qualified to be in the club. And then at the beginning of that next year, you'll go in and to the meet and greet if you've gotten in.
If you'd like to learn more about Peer Buddies, please email Julie McCain at joplinschools.org or email gracenielsen.stu@joplinschools.org. I'm Abigail Nielsen, reporting for JHD.
Thanks, Abby.
Congratulations to the 25 students that completed the fall session of Speed School with 80% attendance or better. The winter session of Speed School will begin Monday, November 12th. See Coach Lawrence in the weight room for details.
The ASVAB will be given to all juniors on November 6th, 7th, and 8th according to the following schedule. November 6th, last names A through F, November 7th, last names G through M, and November 8th, last names N through Z. Students should report to Gym 3 at 8:30 a.m. Testing should end between 11:30 or 12.
The annual JHS Trunk or Treat was held this past Monday. Arel Cepeda got a closer look.
Trunk or Treat is an event where the community gathers to safely trick or treat while also learning what the clubs that Joplin High School offers.
A trunk or treat is an event where kids can come and safely get candy at different tables. Usually it's in trunks of cars, so I think that's where the name originated, but we're doing little tables or stations where they can come and get candy. I feel like we have trunk or treats nowadays because it's a safer environment for kids to be able to experience trick-or-treating, but in a central location rather than going from house to house in the neighborhood. Both parties are able to benefit from this event because I feel like it gives our students the opportunity to get experience, helping out with the community, volunteering, and then it gets the children experience by getting to come to an event and kind of see all the different clubs that the high school has to offer. With this trunk or treat, I think we're hoping to accomplish just more kids in the area able to come and see our high school and see all the students volunteering and all the clubs that the high school has to offer.
Reporting for JHS Weekly, I'm Morel Cepeda.
Thanks, Arel.
Some of you may have noticed some new signs around JHS. Sophia Good brings us more.
Joplin High Schools has been getting new signs posted around the school. Students and staffs are curious as to what they are and why we have them. To solve their questions, I went to go interview Shane Hopper, head principal of JHS, to understand more about the positivity signs.
At my prior high schools, I actually did the same thing, just having positive signage and just pushing a positive agenda for the staff and students of Joplin High. There are 50 signs. They all have different words that are of positive nature. And to me, those are characteristics of the people who go to school here, work here, and spend their time here every day. I mean, I think most people are just curious about them, curious about why we chose certain words. But overall, I've not heard a negative complaint. There shouldn't be. I mean, it's just characteristics of Eagles here at the school, and just a reminder about how awesome we really are. I did it at my other two schools. And it's just something I thought was needed for one of the schools before, and so I'm basically borrowing my idea from a different place. But I think it's good to have daily reminders, affirmations. You can come by a sign that says you're smart, or you're beautiful, or you are funny, or whatever the sign might say, and just a moment of pause to say, you know what, I'm all of those things, and it's like it's a positive. We're trying to affect the culture and climate of the school, and just make sure that people understand that we see you and that you do great things at the school. This is a start. It has 50 signs up that are currently across the campus. If we feel we need to do more, we can. There's other different types of initiatives you can do just to try to help affect a positive environment. That's just the first step. I mean, I could see other things down the road, but you know, you got to get started somewhere with it, and this is our initial effort.
Reporting for JHD, I'm Sophia Good.
Thanks, Sophia.
A new disease has been discovered here at JHS. Here's Kendall Lewis with more information.
There's a class at JHS that found out about a new disease. I went to go find out more.
My name is Spencer Vreeland, and I am a junior at Joplin High School. In Ms. Harrison's medical interventions class, we are basically testing antibiotic resistance to certain types of bacterial strains, such for E. coli. So basically, streptomycin and E. coli, we're just testing the antibiotic resistance on agar plates. When our results were is that we did have some antibiotic resistance with E. coli. For example, the strain 2 was resistant to the streptomycin on the agar plates, so there were no bacterial colonies growing on that certain part of the plate, so that our body's immune system was able to have some sort of resentment to that certain strain.
I'm Kendall Lewis reporting for JHD.
Thanks, Kendall.
NAHS has a special surprise for JHS students. Here's Alyssa Beasley for more.
Joplin High School's main focus this year is happiness and positivity. NAHS is helping create posters to put in the bathrooms for students to see.
So NAHS is National Art Honor Society, and it's a group of students who are passionate about art and they want to help volunteer in the community. It's sophomores through seniors in high school. The students have to complete 15 art-related service hours throughout the year, and if they complete 15 their senior year, they get to walk with cords, with honors cords. So at the beginning of this year, students who were interested after Club Fest took an application and they fill it out. They get teacher recommendations. They list all their art classes they've taken with the grades, and then they submit a little paragraph of why they think that they would represent National Art Honor Society well. So if you're interested, get an application next year. So currently we are working on canvas paintings that we are going to be painting inspirational quotes for the bathrooms. So our focus this year as a school in general is just to create a really awesome, encouraging atmosphere or culture environment. And in order to help out with that, we saw on social media, I'm sure you guys have seen it on social media, where the students painted in the bathrooms, inspirational quotes to kind of help keep the students motivated. So our aspect around that is we got it approved by admin, and we talked to our custodial staff about it, and our quick adaptation to that is being able to paint them on canvases and then put the canvases on the walls in the bathrooms. Okay, so the community paint night we have, it's going to be next month on the 6th and the 8th, a Tuesday and a Thursday. And what my club has done is they've taken the canvases and they've written the inspirational quotes on them. So they've filled out the illustration, just the outlines. And we're having community nights so the kids can come in, kids and staff, teachers, anybody can come in and help fill in those canvases. So we're going to be painting them, adding the color, adding the details. That's why we're having 2 nights from 4 to 6 on both of those nights so that you can really have a community aspect. I think it would just be something that really helps bring a positive culture and environment to the school.
Reporting for JHD, I'm Elissa Beasley.
Thanks, Elissa.
October was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Reporters Kendall Lewis and Alyssa Beasley went down to hear a very special story from a very special faculty member.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I went to speak with Elsie Morris to find out more information.
For the past 2 years, I worked at Joplin High School as a family and consumer science teacher where I taught child development, hospitality, and fashion design. I actually was diagnosed this time last year, and I have gone through the whole gamut of everything from chemo, radiation, surgery, back to chemo, and I'll be doing treatments for quite some time. In that course of my treatments, I met some ladies here in the 4-state area. They call themselves the Pink Sisters, and they are all ladies who have had breast cancer or are currently undergoing treatment for breast cancer. And so once a month, we all get together and we just talk and vent and support and help one another, and it's just a really good opportunity to share our experiences with someone who knows exactly what it is that we're going through. Just my whole life was just chaos. Everything, when you get a cancer diagnosis, even when you're expecting it, and I kind of was because my mom had had breast cancer, and I always felt like of all my sisters that I would be the one, and I just wasn't expecting it this soon. And yeah, it turned my life upside down, and my life all of a sudden is not my own, and everything revolves around going to doctors and tests and waiting for the next treatment and hoping that you feel good enough for the next treatment and hoping your labs stay up high enough so you don't die. And that was always a big challenge for me. I was hospitalized twice, and we ended up having to call off the very last serious chemo because I just wasn't strong enough to take it. And my doctor said if he gave it to me, it would kill me. And so that was an awakening for me to realize, oh my gosh, this isn't just a disease for me to get over, but you know, this could be life-ending if I don't get it treated correctly. So that was definitely hard to have to hear. Did you know that 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer at some point in their lives? That is a true statistic. Men can also get breast cancer, and most people don't realize that. Approximately 40,000 people die every year from breast cancer. Even though if it's caught early, it can be treated, you don't ever get rid of it. It always has that ability and capability of coming back. And so even though a patient might hear the words, "You're in remission," you actually don't ever get to have that relief of thinking, I'm cancer-free and I can live happily ever after. So there's always that nagging doubt. If it were not for my colleagues and my students, and I had one special student in particular at one of my hospitalizations who actually snuck in the hospital because she was so worried about me. I woke up and she was sitting by my bedside. I said, "What are you doing here?" And she said, "I was worried about you, that you were going to die, so I had to come and see for myself." And so those kinds of moments, just looking back on it now and how funny it was, just knowing that people care, that meant a lot to me. And just knowing that I was making a difference for somebody else, and that if I were not here, I would be missed, and I really appreciate that.
I'm Kendall Lewis reporting for JHD.
Thanks, guys.
This has been JHS Weekly. Have a great week.